are ready to do this.
Yeah.
I suppose you're wondering what we're doing here.
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
They've just switched off Cameron Gunning's life support. This is now officially a murder inquiry.
We've all seen this on the news over the last couple of weeks. Dale Rookwood, Cameron Gunning and Jazza Johnson.
Yeah, like we don't know.
Standing there having a drink, these two come over and pick a fight.
Bastards.
Looking for trouble.
How come Divisional CIU hasn't been able to turn up any of these guys?
It's not for lack of trying. They ran these enhanced images of them in the papers, on the TV. Nothing.
Oh! There are other angles inside, but this next part is the exterior. There's no sound here, of course. According to the uniform's running sheet, yeah, this is when they're approaching. Sirens alerted them.
Brilliant. Huh. Look at him run.
Doesn't look like Cameron Gunning took any major blows in what we've seen so far.
You love taps?
Love taps. They just went for them.
Assume the blow that did the damage happened later, out of view of any of the cameras, most likely around the side of the pub where he was found.
Tuesday afternoon, no witness.
No. Everyone wants to nail these thugs.
And now the charge against them is murder. It's going to be very high profile, Sarge.
Yeah, it already is. Ever since they found Gunning in that alleyway.
Yeah, we've got an unconscious male on this mid-20s, massive head trauma, GCS4, EPA Queensbrook emergency, 7 minutes.
This is from 2 weeks ago when it happened. We can expect more now that they've pulled the plug on him. What's your take on it?
Pretty much the same as everyone else at the moment. They didn't start the fight.
They weren't backwards and coming forwards either, were they?
They were provoked, ma'am.
Yeah. Well, the question is, what happened between the time Gunning disappeared from the external surveillance camera and he's being found in that alleyway an hour later?
Rookwood and Johnson's statements confirm that everyone scattered when they heard the sound of the police sirens.
We're going to re-interview everyone and initiate a new search for the two that started the fight. Hopefully we can find them.
No sightings at all?
No, they must have gone to ground until we turn them up. We're going to focus on Rookwood and young Johnson.
Fine. You two wait outside for me. I'm coming to the club rooms with you.
Ma'am?
Ma'am?
I know Cameron Gunning was high profile, but a call from the minister?
He called you?
Demanding complete discretion on the one hand, and on the other that I personally keep the club fully informed. How's that supposed to work?
Well, Leon Grasby isn't just the president. He's pumped so much cash into that club he practically owns it. And he's still a bigwig in the Law Society.
So if he wants to be kept informed, he's got the connections to make sure it happens. Well, maybe we can make that work for us. I'll run interference, you can run the investigation. Good God. It's Princess Di all over again.
You're not into the football, ma'am.
My son plays football, the round ball version.
She's really got no idea how big a spotlight she's walking into, does she?
Either that or she just doesn't care.
Oh, excuse me, we've been kept waiting for 20... This is ridiculous.
Right. A memorial service for sure. Honour guard of players, the works, no expense spared.
The guys would like to see his number retired as well, Leon. Coaching staff feel the same.
Absolutely, Doug. Absolutely. That's a fitting gesture. A jumper in the coffin, gift to his family. I'm sorry to take him, I won't be long.
Superintendent, actually. The minister has asked me to keep you informed.
Yes. Yes, of course. Forgive me, Leon Grasby. Sorry to have kept you. Busy times, I'm sure you realise. And a sad one.
Of course. Detectives Freeman and Mapplethorpe will need to speak to the other two players involved, Mr. Rookwood and Johnson.
Yes. Can you show the detectives down to the players? Thanks, Doug. Let's get this done, eh?
Right. This way, guy?
And I'll get those arrangements in place.
Right, good.
Right, shall we go through?
Thanks.
I don't want the boys upset any more than they have been. We're already coming off 2 6-day breaks.
We'll do our best not to disrupt your preparation, Mr. Spaulding.
But you do understand that we have an investigation to run. That comes first. It has to.
Cameron Gunning was one of the greatest players to ever wear our jumper. Winning the Spoon 6 years ago, getting him as a priority pick. Best thing that could have happened to this club. It's a tragedy. We want these thugs found and brought to justice.
Yes, I agree that should be a priority. So, frankly, Mr. Grasby, I don't understand why I'm here when I could be pushing this along.
You're here because we need to make sure this whole thing gets done quickly, for the good of the club.
The job will be done thoroughly. I can't promise quickly, I'm afraid.
Well, of course not, eh? But let's try for both, shall we?
Gunner's dead, we've been fined for breaking team rules, and now we've got to go through all this again.
So just tell us what happened exactly.
You mean you haven't seen the tape? The rest of the world has.
If you don't mind, Mr. Spaulding, we'd like their version.
Well, we were having a quiet drink, keeping our heads down.
Yeah, because we weren't even supposed to be there. We've embargoed alcohol completely, player's decision.
Anyway, these two dropkicks come over and they start hassling us, having a go.
And what was said?
You know, usual rubbish. We think we're King Dick, but we can't play to save ourselves. Eventually, Gunn had had enough. He got back in their faces.
On for young and old, that's it.
These boys are under a lot of pressure. They have to deal with this kind of thing every day.
So, how did Cameron Gunning deal with it?
Oh, impeccably. Impeccably. He was a good kid. In fact, he set the standard around here. And that standard's high. Take our social responsibilities very seriously.
I'm sure you do. So, how do you explain his drinking and getting into a fight in the first place?
Well, unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to ask him that, will we?
We heard sirens and we got out of there.
So which way did everyone go?
Me and Jazz ran off in one direction and Gunn ran off in the other, but didn't see where these other blokes went.
Yeah, that's right.
Wish we had seen what happened, though. Maybe you'd still be alive.
He was their family. My family.
You weren't there when they switched off his life support.
Look, I don't want to go head-to-head with your superintendent. You know, I'm still a member of the bar. Matter of fact, right now I could be running the old man's law practice instead of this joint, so... Anyway, look, I understand how investigations work.
That's good. There shouldn't be any misunderstandings then.
Is that an accident, Miss Lynch?
You could say that.
Occupational hazard?
No, this happened today, before work. My husband's an idiot sometimes, that's all.
We can have some colleagues look into that if you like.
Not worth it. He's okay, really. It's just... he's got a temper. Jealous type.
So, you say you didn't hear the actual content of the exchange between Cameron Gunning and these guys?
Well, the music was pretty loud. As far as I could tell, they were in the players' faces.
It was unprovoked?
As far as I could see, yeah. They were drunk. They were aggressive. Cam and the other guys, they didn't do anything.
And, these enhancements accurate?
Yeah, they're pretty close. There was a girl there, too.
How about you, Mr. Lawson? What did you see?
Not much. I was behind the bar here. We've never had any trouble with the footballers before.
And these other guys?
New. Never seen them before. How come you lot haven't found them yet with all that publicity?
Well, they'd have seen it too, so they're probably keeping their heads down.
I guess it'd be pretty good for business having footballers drink here, would it?
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Just it would make pretty good business sense not to slag them off, wouldn't it?
If you're thinking that we're protecting somebody, you can forget it.
Why don't you look at the film? Everybody's seen it. It speaks for itself.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
We'll check all the other angles, of course, but it looks pretty straightforward to us.
The boys are having a drink. These idiots decide to have a go at him.
But why? And what happened out here once they split?
And another thing, Sarge, take a look at Dale Rookwood here. His mates are fine, chatting away. Rookwood looks like he swallowed a cockroach.
Maybe he'd already picked up on the vibe from across the room. I mean, these poor buggers can't even get out for a beer without people getting in their faces.
Price of fame, deal with it.
Check further back in the recordings. Start from when they first arrived. Maybe something happened earlier.
No such.
There's no visual confirmation of how the two groups split up once they were out of range of the cameras. We need witnesses.
Well, maybe we'll go one better than that, Sarge. We may have located one of these guys. This one was treated at the Queen Victoria Hospital for a broken jaw late on the 29th.
Night after the fight.
Yeah. Now, a doctor said that she saw media reruns of the pictures. This guy came into the hospital with him and a woman. His name is Daniel Salakis, next to kin, Serena.
Serena Salakis.
What do you want?
I can speak to you, your husband and his mate about a fight.
What fight? I don't know anything.
Come on, Serena. You know, we've got you on video, we've got the pictures. Where's your husband?
China.
All right, okay. Well, maybe we'll take you to the station. We'll get...
Leave me alone! Just leave me alone, okay? They didn't do anything! They didn't do anything! Those other bastards started it. Get your hands off me!
Serena Salakis, you're under arrest.
Murder. Give me a break. I threw a few packets of crackers at you.
We're not talking about that, Mr. Salakis. This is a serious offence, and if you would like a lawyer present...
I told you I don't want a lawyer.
Where's your husband?
I told you that too, China. He's a rigger for a shipping company. So's Mike. Their boat left a week ago.
And Mike would be this man?
Michael Smith? Yep.
Mr. Salakis has confirmed Michael Smith is the subject in the second photograph.
Mike is Danny's best mate. They didn't do anything. We were just having a few quiet drinks. I went off to the toilet, and when I came back, Danny noticed I was quiet, a bit upset, and he asked me what had happened. And I'd run into Cameron Gunning in the passage outside the loos. He was pissed, had a go at me.
Had a go how?
Blocked the passage, wouldn't let me get by. He said I was rudeable. Prick. I told him to piss off, and then he started in with all this, come on, darling, you know who I am stuff. Like I should be grateful for the attention. Then he shoved me against the wall, grabbed my tits and stuck his bloody tongue halfway down my throat. There's a camera back there. He didn't give a stuff.
Where the hell's that footage?
Not logged
By
in the
that time,
evidence
Gunning
from
and that
division. We'll find out.
Jazza guy.
Well, if she's telling the truth, they're going to have to hang up his halo, and I'm going to have to buy a flak jacket.
And he went and had a word.
Of course he did. I'm his wife. That prick grabbed my tits. Danny and Mike went over to speak to him. He just told him to bugger off. That's how the fight started.
He went outside, was getting ugly.
Till they heard the cops coming, yeah?
Mr. Salakis, when everyone ran, did Danny follow Cameron Gunning?
No, I grabbed him and we took off across the street, jumped in a cab.
What about his mate?
Ran down the road a bit and we stopped and picked him up. Honest.
Did either of them go back after Cameron Gunning?
No.
Did they go back later, Mrs. Salakis?
No.
Did they go back, find Cameron Gunning in the alley and attack him?
No, they didn't. How? Anyway, that prick had broken my husband's jaw.
Try and locate the cab she says they called. Check out the story, and maybe the driver saw something.
Why wouldn't the cabbie come forward 2 weeks ago?
Well, maybe he's not a South End fan.
Yeah, make contact with a shipping company, arrange to speak to them ASAP.
What about Gunning's fiancée, Romy, what's her name? She'd know if he was a womanizer.
Good thought. Get Matt and Jennifer onto that. You two go and find out what happened to that camera footage near the toilets now, thank you.
Sorry, I can't find the discs.
You said they're kept for 6 months.
Yeah, they are, but I can't find the ones with the toilets on.
If you're withholding evidence...
He isn't. Senior management came in that night and took that camera down. He knew nothing about it.
Maybe they took the discs at the same time.
You ever had any trouble with Cam Gunning before?
What kind of trouble?
Drinking too much, coming on to women?
No, it's the women who come onto the players most of the time. They pretty much chuck their knickers at them.
Yeah, and they lap it up. Works both ways, Bree. You should talk to his fiancée.
Yeah, we already are.
We're with Cam Gunning's fiancée at the hospital, Sarge.
Back off.
Get out of here, you vulture! Look out, mate. Come on. No, look, sorry, Sarge. Bloody press. No, we're not going to get anything out of her. She was on the bedroom floor when we got there. It looks like an overdose of sleeping pills or something. Yeah.
Let's go through the cars.
Okay.
Poor kid.
Sorry, ma'am, he won't be long.
Bali.
Bali, Thailand. Pick your spot. Club will foot the bill.
What about training? We're only a percentage out of the 8, Leon. I need these blokes.
Got a big enough list, Doug. You'll have to cope.
So now we're dispensable. Is that it?
You've spent more time on the pine than the paddock this season, Dale. We could have delisted you. We gave you a 2-year contract. Now show some gratitude. Look, you've been through a very traumatic experience. I'm just trying to take care of you here.
I'm not going to run away.
Well, that's not what I'm suggesting. Keep a low profile for a couple of weeks till all this blows over.
Blows over? Gunner's dead.
Yeah, I like Bali. I went there last year.
Jazza, he just feeds the beast, mate. However he paints it up, it'll look like we have something to hide.
Well, you do, don't you? You've lied to police, both of you.
You told us to.
I'm trying to make sure no more worms crawl out of any more woodwork.
What worms?
Nothing for you to worry about, Doug.
Well, what's that mean? I'm bloody coach. I need to be across everything.
You need to be across the coaching. Now, you're going to be sensible or not, a couple of weeks.
Or what? Get cut? Is that a threat?
Nobody's threatening anybody. All right? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Then back for the finals.
If we get there.
I'll talk to my manager, but if that's what you need, Leon, we'll look into it.
Good man.
No. You can shove it.
Talk to him, mate. He's been stupid. Justin, don't go home. Let us know where to get the tickets to you.
What worms?
Don't sweat it, Doug. And what's that cow of a superintendent want?
Cameron Gunning's fiancée's taken an overdose of sleeping pills.
Oh, what?
That's all we need.
Oh, your concern is touching.
Well, of course I'm concerned, and we'll do everything we can to support her.
I'm sure that's why I'm letting you know about her. And I also have a few questions.
What about?
Has Gunning ever been in trouble before?
What sort of trouble, specifically?
Women, drink?
Why has this come up?
Because there's been a suggestion of provocation.
Oh, who from? You've caught those bastards, haven't you? You've caught them, and you've taken their word, the word of a couple of thugs over our boys. This is typical.
The other men involved claim that Cameron Gunning molested a young woman at the hotel, and call it a coincidence, but the recorded evidence of that part of the pub seems to have disappeared.
What are you suggesting?
Nothing. Yet. We want to talk to Rookwood and Johnson again on tape this time.
Sorry. Won't be able to. Counsellors recommended they have some time away.
What's the name of these blokes who attacked our boys? What's this about provocation?
I can't tell you those things.
No? Or maybe you'll feel more inclined to tell the minister. Should I get him to ask you? Because you know we play golf together.
My detectives expect to talk to Rookwood and Johnson first thing tomorrow. So make them available, would you? And yourself, too.
A sledgehammer won't work on this, Superintendent. You need to think about how you handle it. We're all targets here. Players, management, the club itself. They get a sniff of scandal, they'll be on us like a pack of dogs.
Not my problem.
No. No, it's mine. Gee, I'd hate it to become yours. You just put in for the Churchill Fellowship, didn't you?
You've been doing some research.
Wow. Be a big feather in the cap. If you get it.
Make your players available, Mr. Grasby.
Bad press. Who do we think is putting the negative spin on this?
Grasby hates not getting his own way. This is going to be front page news tomorrow.
And upstairs here as well. I got a call from the AC asking me to keep him abreast of things.
What?
I assume the Assistant Commissioner will be keeping the Minister abreast of things.
Bastard.
So the Old Boys Network isn't entirely confident that you're going to be playing by their rules, Bernie.
So they ask you to feed them information. Always go for someone who you think can't say no.
Unfortunately, I had to say no. I couldn't help them. I just went on compassionate leave for a few days.
Thanks, Stanley.
Grasby is also mates with high flyers in the hotel industry, which may well account for the rapid disappearance of that camera. You're not just dealing with a footy club here, Bernice.
I know, believe me, and I do not intend to lie back, close my eyes and let them shaft me.
Grasby's hiding something.
Fine. They want us to close the case, we will. Tell your people to go full throttle on this, Stanley. We're going to find out who's telling the truth and who's lying. And I don't give a toss who they are. I'm going to nail them to the wall.
Where are you taking him?
Kirsty, it's all right. Call Leon Grasby, tell him what's happening.
Do this!
Just calm down, Mrs. Rookwood.
He hasn't done anything!
Nah, it's your mate Gunning who can't keep it in his pants, isn't it?
Don't push it, mate. Hey, don't you push it, mate. What, you bloke think you can get away with anything, can you? Well, with us, you can't.
Looking for a slap, mate.
No, you're going to give me one, eh?
You bastards! Leave him alone!
Okay, just come down.
Oi! Now you're under arrest for assault, police.
Get out of here. Hey, get out now.
Call Leon! Take him away and read him his rights.
That's the same guy that was there when Matt and I took Gunning's fiancée to the hospital. Like living in a fishbowl.
I can't tell you anything. I wasn't even there.
But you spent a lot of time with the players, right? Parties, functions, even the games.
So?
So tell us about Cam Gunning. What do the other wives make of him?
Nothing. He's one of the boys, that's all.
Well, word is he puts himself about a bit.
It's stupid. He's engaged.
It's happened before and it'll happen again.
Not with Cam. He wasn't like that. He loved two things, football and his fiancée.
In that order?
Did you ever see Cam Gunning playing up, coming onto other girls?
I'm not comfortable with this. I'm calling Leon.
Oh, that's the way it works, is it? You need to clear him from the club before you answer any of our
Cam is
questions.
the victim here. He was a lovely guy. Leave him alone. You're only looking for a way to pull him down. Why would you want to do that? It's not fair. What about Romy? What about his parents?
And what about the guys who are accused of attacking him?
We're just trying to get to the truth, Mrs. Rookwood.
Yeah, well, you've got it. Those bastards were jealous and they killed him. That's it. Open and shut. Now leave me alone too, okay?
We dropped in on your mate Jazza Johnson as well, but he wasn't home.
Is that right?
His flatmate, that big ruckman, he said he'd gone away.
I wouldn't know.
I bet you would, though, wouldn't you, Mr. Grasby?
I'm here to represent Dale's interests, not to answer impertinent questions.
Tell us what Gunning did before that fight.
Cats among the pigeons.
I don't know what you mean.
He molested a young woman.
You have any proof of that?
We don't have to answer your questions either, sir. There's a difference between representing your client and disrupting an interview.
We've got a video recording that shows how Gunning treated women.
That disc is missing.
Okay, this is a warning. If you keep interrupting, we'll suspend this interview while your client obtains other legal advice.
And we'll make a formal complaint against you to the Law Institute.
Nice.
Pity I'm not here to see it.
Right. We're not talking about the missing footage outside the toilets.
We've been back through the other security recordings from earlier in the day.
Trying to find out why you were so miserable, Mr. Rookwood.
You got a phone call.
Didn't you?
What did they find?
Just what we were looking for.
Sleazy or what?
Now, that's not very nice, is it?
Well, what are we supposed to do? They chuck themselves at us all the time.
Maybe just sometimes you don't have to catch them. Ever tried saying no? It's not hard.
Now, personally, I'm more interested in this phone call. You ever heard of the expression, if looks could kill? Your face. You're not happy with Gunning there, are you?
You sure you ran in different directions when you all split up outside?
Yes, I was Jazza.
We can't do that, unfortunately. The club councillor sent him on holiday, didn't he?
What was said in that phone call?
That is my business.
It's ours now, too.
Well, then, I can't remember. How's that?
Never mind. We've checked your phone records. Our colleagues can ask the bloke who called you. While you sit here and think about it.
Okay. So I called Dale Rookwood. It's not illegal, is it?
Well, that depends on what was said.
I was doing him a favour. I told him his best mate was rooting his wife.
You told Rookwood that Cameron Gunning was sleeping with Kirsty.
Yes.
Why? Why would you tell him that?
Because it's true. I got shots of them going into a motel a few days before. Him first, her later.
And then you just happened to be around to take some happy snaps when Gunning was found, almost beaten to death.
That's right.
You provoked this incident, didn't you?
I just told him the truth.
Grasby's sweating blood next door. How are they going?
They're doing fine.
You set this up. You waited for this to blow. So how come you didn't get any photos of the fight?
Who says I didn't?
Well, I haven't seen any published and none have turned up in evidence.
Look, I'm not a journalist. I'm a freelance photographer. I sell my photos to whoever wants to pay the most for them.
No, you blackmail people.
No, I haven't blackmailed anybody.
So who paid for the photos of the fight, Mr. Stevenson? The same people who bought the photos of Gunning and Kirsty Rookwood at the motel?
The football club.
No, that'd be confidential.
You know what? You're not a freelance photographer, are you? You're a slimy bottom feeder.
Hey, I do my job. They provide the slime. Footy players are my bread and butter. There's always something to shoot with these guys. They're idiots. 9 times out of 10, you can count on them. Drink driving, nightclub stoush, end of season trip.
Most of them are decent blokes. You get the rough end of the pineapple from parasites like you.
They're mugs. Pay them a couple of $100 grand a year and they think they can get away with anything.
So, did you actually see what happened to Cameron Gunning?
No.
Well, how come?
Everybody split. So did I.
When everyone ran away, Mr. Stevenson, were you still taking photographs?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we'll be getting a subpoena to obtain those photographs. So why don't you tell us now which way Rookwood and Johnson went when they ran away from that pub?
Did Rookwood go with Johnson?
No. He took off after Cam Gunning.
Motive, means, proximity. We'll have the photos by the end of the day.
Doesn't mean he killed him. Say nothing, they've got nothing.
Piss off, Leon.
Hey, I am trying to look out for you here.
You are trying to look out for the bloody club. Like always. You don't give a stuff about me. About any of us. If I had gone to the police like I wanted to, if I hadn't have listened to you, I wouldn't be here now.
Do you wish to make a statement, Mr. Rookwood?
There used to be a bit of respect, a love of the game, some decency. Now, it's just a business, brand. It's all about profile and entertainment and the bottom line, huh? Sure as hell isn't about the players.
Dale, come on.
Get out of here, Leon. I'll make a statement without him around.
Listen, mate. Think about your career here. Think about what...
My career is done. And I'm not your mate. Bugger off.
Mr. Grasby.
Me and Jazza, we went and told him what had happened. And he told Jazza to lie if he had to. She backed me up. And it's not Jazza's fault. He's just a kid.
So what did happen?
What a bust, eh? Those pricks. Hope the cops catch him.
There's cameras in that pub.
So what? They started it, and Wog Boy and his big man. What's gonna happen anyway, huh? Longest serving player and golden-haired boy. We're even bigger blood legends, mate.
Did you do it?
Do what?
What he said. Touch up his wife.
Mate, did you see her? Very nicely slapping her. What a stuck-up bitch. Hey, get your paws off me. She's lucky I didn't bloody slap her one, eh? Let's move before the cops come and get her.
You're like a kid in a bloody nollie shop, aren't you? A rich kid.
Piss off, Rooksy.
They're not all there for the taking, mate. Some of them are already bloody taken. But Kirsty, She's a married woman. She's my wife. This is crap. Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. I've seen the looks between you at parties. Now I know about that motel. You've been screwing her. Supposed to be best mates. Go on then, mate. She's the one you should be thumping. She's the one who raves on about how boring and clapped out you are. She's the one who cracked onto me. I hit him. Hard. Right in the face.
Did you intend to kill him, Dale?
I wanted to, right then. And I didn't.
No. He died later in hospital.
Not from that. I hit the bastard, but not hard enough to kill him. When I left, he was sitting in the gutter, pissed, nursing a fat lip. She came onto me, you prick. She was gagging for it. She came onto me!
Bugger the bad press. We need to stand by this bloke.
Why? Rookwood's the oldest bloody player on the team, well past his prime. He's just crapped in his own nest.
Maybe, but you can't just...
We've already lost our star midfielder. We lose Jazza Johnson as well, we can kiss the finals goodbye, and that's not going to help your contract negotiations, is it, Doug? Make the most of Gunning's behaviour. Rookwood's a comrade betrayed, a decent bloke whose only mistake was confronting a mate, and sadly, it all went horribly wrong.
You're going to hang a dead man out to dry and shine a spotlight on the bloke that killed him just so we can keep Jazza Johnson on the PR back burner and get through the bloody season?
This is fabric of the club stuff, Doug. This is about culture. I've got sponsors breathing down my neck.
This is not how decent people behave. This is not what this club is about.
Excuse me, this is a closed meeting. You can't come barging.
We've picked up Justin Johnson at the airport, en route to Bali, board shorts and all.
Good.
He's still singing from the same old song sheet, so we now have two different stories about what happened, and we think you know which one is true.
All right, Superintendent. Dale Rookwood killed Cameron Gunning. I know, you know.
No, we don't. We know he hit him, that's all. He says you knew that too, and a lot earlier.
Well, I was simply...
He told you he hit Gunning, and you were concerned that Gunning died later from that blow, weren't you?
I was concerned about protecting the club's reputation.
And that justifies concealing vital evidence like photographs.
Rubbish.
You also arranged for evidence to be removed from the scene, didn't you? A security camera and recordings. And finally, you coerced the players involved into lying about the whole thing. Mr. Grasby, we will be pursuing all of these matters, I can assure you.
We'll see about that.
He was so beautiful, you know? And charming. He knew how to turn on the charm.
He was your husband's best mate.
In a lot of ways, he reminded me of Dale. When he was younger. Now with Dale, it's all just joint pain and ice bars, recovery sessions. Trying to keep up to speed for the next game. He's got nothing but football. Media career, coaching. Forget it. He'd be lucky to get a job stacking shelves. That's why he trains harder than all the rest of them. To keep up with the pace. Talk about focused. But always on the footy. Not on me. Not anymore.
Guys, I just finished going over all that earlier footage. I think there's something useful there. Oh, and you might want to take a look at the pathology report. It makes interesting reading.
Anything more on the killer punch?
Well, that's just it. It wasn't a punch that killed him. Gunning was hit with a blunt object. He's up. Take a look at this. I think we have another contender for the king hit.
End of the day?
Beginning. The recording's only been running a couple of minutes.
Ooh.
That's it?
It's enough, isn't it? I think Lawson and his waitress are getting it on.
And Gunning copped the feel of her too.
So maybe Rookwood and Serena Salakis' husband aren't the only ones who were pissed off with him.
I think we need to speak to Mr. Lawson.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, much.
Hey, what can I get you?
Lynch. Presumably me, I'm Detective Joyner. This is Detective Freeman.
We want a word about what happened to Cameron Gunning.
But we've already given out statements.
We'll need you to come in with us this time.
What for?
We can talk about that when we get to the office.
You too, please, sir.
You don't need to talk to her, just me.
Mr. Lawson, I need to advise you that you're not obligated to say anything at this point.
Forget all that crap. It's got nothing to do with her. I can tell you what happened. The whole thing. The truth, right? I'll tell you everything. Just keep my wife out of it.
Your wife?
Bree. Her name's Lawson, not Lynch. They don't like employing married couples at the hotel, so she goes under her maiden name.
Someone hit her. Just recently. Who was that?
It was me. It all came up again when Gunning died. Yesterday. The papers.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's like she worships the guy, you know? When he finally died, she started carrying on about him again. Crying. I lost it. I hit her. Partly, it was because she'd made me angry. Partly, I guess, it was because of my guilt.
Guilt about what?
About what happened.
What are you looking at?
Nothing. I mean, like, really nothing.
Well, piss off then.
Where do you blokes think you get off, eh?
You looking for something?
Mate, I wouldn't dirty my hands.
You know who I am? Cameron bloody Gunning. All-Australian, premiership captain, best and bloody fairest. That's who I am.
No, you're not. You're a low-life sleazebag. You think anything with tits and a hairdo is fair game. But listen up. I might be Mr. Nobody in your book, but you put your hands on my wife again, and I'll knock those cap teeth of yours so far down your bloody throat, the next time you wipe your ass, you'll bite your fingers. You prick!
He already had everything. But it wasn't enough. He had to take what was mine, too. I tossed a pipe in a ute that was across the road. Some unsuspecting idiot drove your evidence away.
Did you mean to kill him?
Yes. I meant to kill him. Right that second, I'd have been happy to see his brain splashed all over the wall. But did I plan to kill him? No. Is there a second goes by without me regretting it? No. Did I mean to kill him?
You could have called for help afterwards. But you didn't. You just left him there.
Yeah. I went home. With my wife.
So, is this a truce, Superintendent?
No, I just thought you might need a drink. Now, my boss rang me. Apparently there are going to be photos on the front pages of tomorrow's papers of us arresting Dale Rookwood.
Really?
Yep. Senior Sergeant Wolf. Back from leave.
Got things sorted out, ma'am, thank you.
Good. So did I. Mr. Grasby, I know you called the same photographer who sold you the photos of the fight. And I have a pretty good idea that it was you who told him that we'd be picking up Rookwood.
Why would I do that?
To get some pictures of the arrest. Because you knew that eventually what you thought was the truth would come out and you wanted to be sure it hit the front pages quickly, didn't you?
That photographer would sell his own grandmother for a few dollars. I certainly wouldn't trust him with any of my secrets.
I don't have time for this rubbish.
The thing is, Rookwood didn't kill his friend. Someone else did. That aside, how do you think the members of your family, your great big footy family, are going to feel if they find out that you were prepared to throw Rookwood to the wolves just to keep your season alive? So don't even think about trying to threaten me or malign my people, Mr. Grasby, because the boot's on my foot now and I'm well inside the 50. Was that right? Well inside the 50?
Spot on, Bernice. Well played. You beat him at his own game.
Well, I got him on my own home turf, Stanley. And here, I do know how to kick.